What's up, everybody? We're live. It is Sunday morning, beautiful day. We're now opening up the queue. There we go. All right. We're going to kick things off with Puzzle Rush. Actually, we're starting off at 35. That's actually a nice start with the hard ones. It looks like last time I did Puzzle Rush, I just closed the computer at 35, so that's where we're leaving off. Hey there, Dry Bones. How are you doing? All right. What to do here? We could remove the defender of this pawn, but that would be dumb because that's not really attacked more than once. I noticed we do have two rooks on this pawn. Actually, so it may be worth considering taking to remove that defender. And once either the queen or bishop takes it, this leaves this pawn exposed. I could potentially do a sacrifice like this. King takes and then queen takes pawn with check. The king will go up though. And then I don't really know what I have after that. How's everything going with you, Dry Bones? I think, no, taking it would be dumb right away because I would just drop my queen. So definitely not that. But that being said, his queen is also exposed a little bit. So I could sacrifice my rook. Rook takes, king takes, and then I play knight f3 check, and then whatever happens next, I pick up the queen. That has to be the answer. So we're going to sack, there, pick up the queen. There we go. Pretty good. Why did the fire alarm go off? I have no idea. My building does that all the time. That was pretty funny. Caught me totally off guard. And it's recorded too. It's in the video. If you go to my last live stream, go all the way to the end, you'll be able to see me freaking out over it. Okay, this king is very exposed. Our bishop is really strong on that diagonal. So I'm thinking to play like queen c6 and form a little battery and give a checkmate over here. Problem with that is that white gets to move too. So that if I go here, the queen will just take, and then it's a very simple back rank checkmate. All you do, excuse me. Just do !join in the chat. And then you'll join. So I don't want to leave my queen away from the diagonal, because then this queen will just take it and then give me a back rank mate. So I have to be a little bit more aggressive. Could I sacrifice the queen? Bishop takes, rook takes? Not really, because the rook just blocks. And then I don't have anything there. This doesn't work either because of the same thing that I just mentioned. Flippy, I'm going to do a little Google Translate here. Let's see what you wrote. My ELO score, it's about 1900, about. I don't speak Russian, but Google Translate helps me communicate. All right, Dry Bones, you're up first. We'll do this puzzle rush in between. Dry Bones, what is your username? Remind me. Dry Bones. Marcus. Okay, let's get a game going. Marcus. We're going to do a 5-minute game, warm things up. Here we go. Good luck for Marcus. We have the black pieces, and white plays pawn to e4. Let's go with pawn to c6, the Caro-Kann. Cool. We have a Caro-Kann on the board. You'll be my spectator. Fantastic. We have the classical variation of the Caro-Kann, and here you take. After knight takes, there's two main options for us. We can play bishop f5, which is the main line, or we can play knight to f6. I like knight f6 because it right away challenges that knight. The bishop here, the knight goes here, there's pressure on the knight, it gets complicated. After the knight takes, we take back with this pawn. Yes, it does double up our pawns, but our bishop is opened and we have rapid development. And these pawns are actually strong because once I castle, this extra pawn forms another barrier. And there are always lines where I could push, or push any one of these other pawns, and my king is relatively safe. Let's castle over here. Yep, 600 versus 1900. That's right. Let's develop more. Let's go here. Nice pin. If the king queenside castles, this may expose him a little bit. I don't really know how to attack it so much, so we'll keep things as is. I have an idea. This may sound silly, but queen c7 can be useful. If the pawn ever moves here, I could sacrifice the rook, queen takes, and then bishop f4 would be a pin on the queen and king. So let's just start going here. It develops the queen, first of all, so. And it remains a bit flexible. It also protects this pawn, so this doesn't work. Let's go here, develop the bishop. And a nice open diagonal. Taking a look at the king. Hey there, Priya. Priya Segal. Welcome to my stream. I do want to get the knight developed, but if I move it here, that blocks off this. So that's always a possibility. Okay, the knight comes over here. What to do? So, for reasons I just mentioned, I don't want that to happen. I could first move it up so that the rook forms a protection on f7. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Let's go ahead and do it. Now we can play knight d7. Maybe bring the knight out here. Okay, the pawn pushes. The pawn pushes. I'm going to choose to ignore it. If I take, though, that does open up the queen a little bit on the king. That is quite nice. That actually looks pretty good. I'm going to do that. Let's take. If the queen and bishop move too far away, I have a queen and bishop looking at that pawn. Nice elo, Priya. Always down to play. Maybe move the pawn and put the knight down. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you were thinking to move it up, that was a interesting possibility as well. Your goal is to reach 1400. You can do it. Okay, the rook is attacking my bishop. I need to do something about it. I would like to keep the pressure on this diagonal. If I back up this bishop, though, the knight can start bothering me by going here. then if that happens, I could maybe go back here. Or I could go here right now. That's actually an interesting move. If I take, it could double up his pawn structure. Seems okay. Let's do it. Let's see where the knight and rook will go. Mostly the rook. The rook is under attack. Ooh, he doesn't do anything about this rook. Instead, he brings his other rook into the action, which I don't think is the correct way to go. I think I'm going to grab that rook. What's up, Zenith? All right, now the rook takes, and we're up the exchange. This is really good for us. Now we can safely develop the knight. The knight wasn't doing anything the whole game, and now it is. Now it's getting into the action. I would love to play knight a5, forking the bishop and the queen, because then I have another queen on that bishop. That would be pretty nice. Good to see you, Zenith. All right, the queen moves away from the forkable square. But after I play pawn to e6, what exactly does white do? If white just goes here, then I have this fork. And there's really not a whole lot of options for white. So I think I'm going to kick the queen away and see where it goes. The queen goes here. I may play this. Actually, that's not going to be a good idea. Because this pawn would be pinned. And then after the pawn takes, the queen would take that rook. So this is the best move for the queen. Yep. But I could play with it a little bit. Keep the tension. Maybe bring in my rook somewhere so it gets out of this pin. Maybe this move makes sense. Let's play rook e8, doubling up over here. I was considering between rook here and rook there. I just went with one of the two. I have a minute left, so you're right, Flippy. I do need to be cautious of my time. I need to start playing this like it's a bullet game and not a blitz game. Gotta be a bit faster. This threat is real right now because there's no rook behind that pawn. Hard for the queen to move at this point. Don't push another pawn, sack the bishop. No, I'm going to go here. We have a beautiful fork right now. We take. Let's go here. Offer to trade a bunch of stuff. We're on the queen right now. Two ways. Yep, let's go here. White is simply going to run out of time. White did not adjust to this time very well. Let's go here. Hit the bishop. And we have resignation. Being up a full rook makes sense to resign there. Good game. All right, we don't have anyone else in the queue. I'm going to hit next to clear it, and we'll go back to our puzzle rush. Here we go. All right. So, one day you shall defeat me. I believe it. Zenith says, man, something crazy wrong with me. I dropped from 600 plus in blitz to 250. It was up and down till 400 to 500. But then I just kept losing after 400. When you're below 1,000, the reason why you lose games is because you're dropping pieces. You're either putting them on squares where your opponent can take for free, or you're not responding to your opponent's threats. Whenever your opponent moves, you have to ask yourself why. If you don't have that why, think again. That's very important. You have to look at everything that new piece is now attacking. You have to look at a lot of things. If you're just focused on your own plans and ignore your opponents, that would not be good. Okay, so there are 3 pieces here looking at this f7 pawn. If I move my queen away, that's just asking for trouble. If I sacrifice my queen, bishop takes, rook takes, it looks nice, but after rook here, I really don't have anything. There are no other checks in the position. This seems to be the only check right now. We don't have any captures. If only the fire alarm went off during that game, yeah. No, the fire alarm doesn't go off every game. That was like a once in a blue moon kind of thing. What to do? This is tough. You're telling me there's a tactic here. There's a way to win this position as black. What if I just let this happen and like try to get closer to the king? What if I go here? The rook is doing nice to defend this and this. Really hard to say. What if I do move my queen here? Just as a thought experiment. Queen c6, targeting this square, right? If the queen goes here, it's not quite checkmate because I could move my king to h8, and then we have a really nice battery going on, and I don't really see a way for white to give me a checkmate. The rook is protecting this, so the bishop-queen battery isn't all that much. That might be the answer. I really don't see anything else. Queen c6 is devastating over here. The rook may move, but I just take the rook. The rook could move maybe this way, giving the king an escape square. So after queen here, I don't know, rook here or something. This should be fine. Let's go with it. There, and now we simply take and move up. Okay, we didn't think that far ahead. But, I mean, we're totally fine after pawn to g6. Pawn to g6, and we're good. We're chilling. There we go, we got it. That's why it pays to think things through. 37 puzzles down. Hey there, Awake Mansion. How are you doing today? Welcome. What's going on here? My rook is under attack. The king's back rank is pretty weak. That's good to hear, Awake. I could throw a check. I'm doing good too. I could throw a check right now. I mean, this seems to be really good for me. This is just a back rank mate almost. If the rook blocks, I take with this rook, and then I go here, and then here, and then here. That has to be it. Let's go here. We don't take with this rook, because after rook here, there's no back rank mate, and we're down material. Don't forget, black has a bunch of pieces that we don't. So for this back rank checkmate to work, we need more firepower on this last rank. Now we take, and take for mate. No, I don't play any other games. Chess is the only game I play. Alright, here, I'm thinking to play bishop to b5, pinning the queen to the king. After the pawn blocks, I take the pawn, and then if pawn takes that, loses the defense of the knight. That looks pretty straightforward to me. I'm going to do it. Here, here, and now we take. There we go. All right, 39 down. Gotham Chess has recently uploaded a video. I'm currently watching the stream and Gotham Chess's video at the same time. Very nice. Gotham Chess is amazing. Enjoy his video. I think I can win the bishop by like going here and then collecting, or even better, I could just take it, and if rook takes, I have a fork and winning the rook. But if I do a quick material count, I'm currently down 2 full pieces. No, I'm currently down 1 piece and a rook. So me winning a piece or a rook here, it's not going to change the nature of the position. I'm still losing. So I need to be a little bit more aggressive. What could I do to be more aggressive? Maybe making a move like queen b6 check. Queen b6 check will make the king leave the defense of this rook. If he comes here, taking would be mate. So here, the only logical move for white is to come here to c3. But then I have rook c7, which is checkmate. Let's do it. Let's go here, here, and boom, for mate. When you think of a good move, look for a better one. 40 puzzles down. Very nice. That was a 21-35. All right, what is going on here? It looks like on the surface a very quiet, equalish position. I could go crazy and like sacrifice my bishop and pawn takes and queen here, queen blocks, queen here check, but queen goes back. I don't think it's that. Queen goes here, the queen can come here. I don't think it's that either. So what to do? The bishop is trapped, guys. The bishop is trapped. If I move the pawn, this bishop is locked in by his own pieces. So if I go here, the only thing considering is a move like here. Here doesn't work because I'll exchange the queen and then pick up the bishop. So here, here, it's really the only thing I would have to consider. That's actually a strong move. Here and here is really annoying because that cuts off the circulation between the king and the queen and the pawn. Drybones bought a gaming mouse and headset, and the only thing you end up playing with is chess. That's fine. If you're playing Bullet, the gaming mouse could come in handy. Headset may be good too, if you're listening to music or whatever. So this looks good, except for this rook move. That's a big dilemma. And then this bishop is not hanging, because my queen would be in big danger. And it's not like I can move the queen here, because the rook just takes it. Not so easy. That's why it's a 21 plus rated puzzle. Not easy. The best thing for the headset is when my opponent is taking years to make a move in rapid and I just listen closely for that moving sound while watching YouTube. Yeah, I hear that. What if I sack my bishop, pawn takes, and then go here? Because then if rook takes, I have this check, and then I pick up the bishop. But I mean, it's kind of a bishop for a bishop. I'm not totally convinced yet by this. This looks really strong, but I mean, I just don't know what to do after the rook blocks. Oh, guys, I figured it out. I take the bishop anyway, because now my pawn is on the queen. And if rook takes, we're on the queen. And we're up the bishop. Okay, now we just trade the queen and then take the bishop. There we go. If you're concerned about something before you commit to a move, you have to resolve that. You have to resolve that concern. You can't just like guess and fall into it and hope things will fall together. It did in this situation, but if I guessed anyway, but that's not a good habit. You want to be able, like, if in the back of your mind you're worried about something, Aditya, yeah, let's go ahead and play. Is that your real username? There's no way that's your real username. I'm very curious if that's a real username. We're about to find out. Yeah, it is. I thought you were messing with me, but that's real. Sigma Rizzler, 69. Let's grab a game. We'll play a 5-minute game. Unrated. Good luck. Challenge sent, Aditya. Here we go. Good luck. Did you get the challenge? Waiting on you to accept it. Aditya, did you get it? Waiting on you to accept it. Here we go. If you don't accept it in the next 10 seconds, I'm going back to my puzzle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm just going to leave that open in a new tab while we go back to the puzzle. Here we go. All right. Just want to check. Yeah, still challenge sent. This king is super exposed right now. The next person who tries to play you should offer a 15-second game. I don't like playing those games. All right, this king is asking to be checkmated. So is mine, honestly. Like, the rook can move, I'd be in check. But the benefit is it's my turn. I get to go. I have the tempo. So I need to be super aggressive here and checkmate the king. Otherwise, I'm getting checkmated. And it's really as simple as queen f1 mate. So I have to do something instantly. I can't make like a quiet move or this. The nature of the position is extremely sharp. It is a double-edged sword here. I need to be aggressive. I need to find the checkmate. Your internet is slow, Zenith. Sorry about that. So, let's think about checkmates. The king is kind of in a box right now, and I need to tighten that box for mate. This is a candidate move I'm thinking of, and so is this. Those are the only two checks in this position. So, actually, technically, this is also a check, but that just gives away the queen, which is really dumb. Don't want to do that. So my two candidate moves are this and that. Anything else is not a check, and it will simply lose to queen f1. So the answer has to be this, or the answer has to be that. So let's look at both and try to figure out which one is correct and which one is not. I think this one is almost... I can probably rule out pawn to a3 because the king can go to b3, and then it's very hard for me to do anything else. For example, if like bishop a4 check, okay, the king can take it, or the king can hide away here. So I don't think that's the solution. I think the solution is queen to d6. It looks a lot stronger. It only leaves one option Oh, we have a challenge from Sigma Rizzler. Let's go ahead and take it. Zenith is in as well. But I think we're on to something with that queen move. Okay, we have a Sicilian. Let's play knight f3. It's good to go back to in between the games. We got Zenith next. Okay, we're going for an Alapin. Here we go. The Alapin. Let's take and then slide the bishop for a check. Yep, let's go here. Hey there, Sigma boy. How you doing? The bishop is under attack right now. Queen could just take it. So do I back it up or do I take the knight? Let's back it up and keep the tension. Slide in the rook. Okay, we have this nice square on c2 for this bishop to return to. All right, I think I'm going to play pawn to d4. If en passant, I take. Whoa, that's a free knight. I take, pawn takes, and I take. And I'll be up a pawn. I think that has to be good for me. Here, let's just develop this way. Bring in my knight. Maybe offer a queen trade next. I think that makes a lot of sense for me to offer the queen trade right now. Do I want to take it or not? Maybe not. Maybe let's leave the tension. But what else could I be doing? I don't know, actually. Maybe we move the queen now over here. This does invite that, but I am on this pawn. Okay. This is tricky. All right, I'm really afraid of this now. So, what to do? All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to take the queen. I'm up a pawn. Let's trade. Now we're going to isolate that pawn. My rook is open. This is solid for me. I want to reroute my knight and get it over here, because then it could potentially come. Actually, once it comes here, it's on that pawn. So let's do it. The position's kind of slow, so we can make these kinds of moves. What's up, Hourly? All right, the knight is under attack. Let's move it here. Okay, hit the bishop. Now we're attacking it here, putting some pressure on this pawn. Let's make the knight move. It hits the rook, but I just move it up. Should be okay. What's up? What's up? Pressure. Let's go here. Add a defense to that knight. This is not so simple. Yes, I am. Ready for more chess. That knight is super annoying. I would love to chop it off. The knight's less annoying over here, but he's going to take back with the bishop. You know what? I want to let it happen. No, you know what? I'm going to push it. No, I shouldn't. The knight is pinned to that rook. Let's get the bishop involved. If this, then that. Okay, threatening to come up again. Let's block him. No, Alawi thinks this guy is cheating? Why do you think so? Let's go here. About an hour after I played you, I won my first game. Oh, that's very nice. The rook comes in here. I think we defend everything by coming here. We can always move our king up. Okay, bishop's attacked. We move it. Let's go down. We're giving up that pawn, though. He doesn't see it. Actually, he might see it. There's no good way for me to defend. Let's bring in the king. Yeah, I don't think he's cheating. He's just playing really well. What to do now? I guess here makes sense. I'm losing the pawn, but whatever. I need to play a little bit faster. Okay, take. My pieces are very awkwardly placed. Okay, my rook was under attack, so I moved it. This pawn is going to fall. This pawn is going to fall. My pieces are kind of falling apart here. But maybe so are his. You could argue that too. And now that my rook is here, it's not as awkwardly placed, because now these rooks are talking to each other. So I may have some chances here. Yeah, just because I'm losing doesn't necessarily mean my opponent is cheating. Just might mean he's playing really well. Wow, this is a strong threat. I'm going to ignore it, which may be silly, but I'm going to ignore it and come here. If this check, I move up, and then what exactly does my opponent have? Then the rook. Yeah, he's got my rook. But whatever. Life goes on. Here's a check. Let's go here. I think my position is crumbling. Yeah, now I'm getting a fork. This is resignable, I think. I see Louis Clark gave me a challenge. I'm in a discovered check. I'm just getting absolutely wrecked. I'm about to be mated. I know. I know. I'm very curious how long it would take my opponent to take my rook. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Why isn't it instant? Why didn't he instantly take my rook there? That's a little suspicious, I have to say. What about how long it takes for him to take my bishop? It's hanging. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds, my opponent is making a move. That is a little sus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 seconds. Okay, but between 3 and 4 seconds, my opponent is moving. Okay, how long is it going to take for him to deliver the mate? This here is mate after king here. Is it right away? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds. He had to plug it into his sockfish to make sure that this is a checkmate. Oh boy. I'm curious to do a game review now. I'm kind of wanting to see where he's at. Actually, okay, he made a few mistakes, but I don't know. I don't want to like accuse anyone of anything, but man, those last couple of moves. If you're totally winning, you just got to bust out the checkmate. Just got to bust out the checkmate. What's his profile like? Joined April 17th. He just joined a few days ago. Something is very, very sketchy. And out of all those games, he only lost 2, 3, and he won the rest. Something's got to be up with that. Malawi, think you're onto something here. Sigma is reported. Sigma is hilarious. What a name. I knew something was off when he came into my chat. Alright. Who do we have next? Nolawi, as long as you're in my queue, you could do it. Just do !join. Possibly Quest? I don't think so. Quest isn't the only cheater. Zenith. Zenith, are you still here? I know you're busy watching Gotham Chess. Is that you? Or was that Dry Bones? Someone was half watching me, half watching Gotham Chess. One day he'll return, it shall be glorious. Maybe. Yeah, there is a queue. You can see who's on the list by doing !list, and you'll be able to see it. Zenith, are you here? Oh, it was Dry Bones that was doing that. If Zenith doesn't answer in a few seconds, I'm moving on. Play, bro, I know play, but I need to make sure that people that are in line get a chance. Okay, guys, it looks like Zenith isn't here. So we're gonna go next. SB, if you want to play, you just have to subscribe to my channel and join my queue. I'm not ignoring you. Hourly Object is next. People are waiting. Alright. Hourly Object. What's your username in chess.com? Get a game. I did see a few challenges come in. I don't remember if it was Louis Clark or if that was someone else. Oh, it is Louis Clark. All right, here we go. Good luck. Do you think Hans was cheating when that happened? No, I don't think he was cheating when that happened. I think he cheated in the past, but not at that game. You had subscribed. Nice. Are you in the queue? Let's see if you're in the queue, Mr. SB. You're not. Nobody's in my queue right now. You need to do !join. One word. Hey there, Dobra. All right, we'll bring out the pawn. Normal developing moves. Ooh, Dobra and Nolawi did it pretty much the same time. I wonder which one. Oh, the bot recognized Nolawi as first, and then Dobra. That is pretty funny. Yeah, it looked like the exact same time. Your internet is so slow. Yeah, you missed your chance, Zenith. Unfortunately. You'll have to rejoin the queue. If it's your turn and you're not there, I gotta move on. I think that's only fair. Let's go here and tickle that knight. That's a free knight that we collect. Let's go here and threaten a little checkmate. Boom. Checkmate. Next up, we have you know the rules, yeah. It's okay. The queue is pretty small right now, so you'll get your chance. All right, Nolawi. I think you put your chess.com username. Yeah, you did. Can you? There we go. can you? Here we go, Nolawi. Time for a game. Challenge sent. Good luck. Here we go. Game started. E4, let's play C6. Caro-Kann. Is he going to play the 2 knights? Nope, the exchange variation, which usually comes with that. Let's go here. You hope Nolawi wins. That would be pretty fun. Thank you for sharing that, Dobra. We have kind of a normal position here. Nothing too crazy. We're just both bringing out our pieces. There's a pin going on here. There's a pin going on here. I'm going to get out of the pin. Okay, let's back it up. Username is your ID. Oh, Papa Plater is your ID. Okay, good. Okay, we have the bishop pair now. That's kind of nice. Let's block the pin with my bishop. SB, you're not in my queue yet. You need to do ! join, one word. Because I have a system that reads who's in the queue and then just tells me who's next. You need to do ! join or I'm not playing you. It's not fair for the others that are waiting. There you go, SB. Wasn't too difficult. You're number 4 right now, so you got 3 people ahead of you. If you did it earlier, like I said, you would not be number 4. You would probably be next. All right, let's go here. Protect the pawn. Maybe play this next, and it also gets out of the pin. That's my main goal of moving the queen there. I would love to get knight e4 in. That would be pretty cool. All right, let's go here. And now knight e4. Looking at that. I don't know. My knight's on a good square. I'm going to move my queen and put a little bit of pressure on that pawn and this pawn. Okay. Takes a pawn. I'll just take this one. Pawn for a pawn. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't matter that you came earlier. You didn't do the ! Q. Or ! Join, rather. Those were my instructions. I'll play you, but you just have to wait it out. That's how it works. Wait, could I have taken... No, I had to take the queen. Let's go back. Put a little pressure on the bishop. Hey, Arnav. I will play with SB. He just has to wait. It's not fair for the other people who are waiting. Like, here's the list right now. We have Dobra, we have Zenith, we have Hourly, and then SB. If Dobra, Zenith, and Hourly are okay with SB going before them, that's fine. Then I could accommodate it if they all say it's okay. Let's fork these 2 rooks. All right, I'm going to take one of the rooks. Let's take the one over... Oh, I'm in check. Let's just move and then take one of the rooks. I didn't realize I was in check. My opponent only has a few seconds left. This should be a pretty straightforward win. Hourly is out of the queue. SB can take your spot. All right, that just leaves Dabra. Dabra, what is your opinion on the matter? Let's go. Here. Oh, my rook is hanging, guys. He didn't see it. He could have took the rook. You're bored? Okay. All right. You I was surprised, but everybody approved it. SB, you're next. That is hilarious. SB, if you want to do exclamation mark leave so that you're not technically in my queue anymore, you'll go next. Yeah, you're next. Everyone agreed. If that was me, I would not have approved it. These people are very generous. Yeah, I agree. I would not have approved it either. Okay, SB, you're up. SB, you are jumping up to the top of the line. You don't know why you forgot the rook? Yeah, the whole time you had your bishop here, I could have took my rook. SB, what's your username? Oh, okay, yeah, you said that already. Thanks. Papa Plater. Here we go. You're one lucky man. All right, Papa Plater. Here we go. Challenge. Sent. Good luck. Hey there, Awadi. What's up with you? Hope you're having a nice Sunday. Challenge sent. Take care for now, Nalawi. Thanks for stopping by. Have a nice day. Mr. SB, did you get my challenge? I sent it to you. All right, here we go. Good luck. We'll play a Caro-Kann, my favorite opening. So solid. Bringing out the queen early, I see. You were waiting for my stream? That's nice to hear. Nice to have people that like my stuff. All right, let's play pawn to c5 and grab some more control. Maybe I'll play knight c6. I would like to get the bishop out. Oh, now I have a target. Now I could actually take. I think that makes sense, because this bishop would have been pretty weak. Let's go here. If all of you guys can double tap on the screen, that would be great. Appreciate it, Awadi. This pawn is in trouble. Okay, let's block the check with our knight. Thank you, Dry Bones. Let's play queen b6 next. Hit the bishop. Okay, well now the bishop's nicely protected. Thank you, everyone, for double tapping. It was by accident. Oh, okay. I'll still take it. Doesn't matter if it's an accident or not. Let's take with the knight. The knight is nice and centralized right now. I'd love for this bishop to go away so I can target the pawn with this knight, but can't have it all. Let's go here. If knight takes, I may take back with the queen. Queen takes, pawn takes, and that's pretty good for me, I think. So we'll do just that. We'll castle next. Do I want to castle next with the rook being on this? Yeah, I think I do. I'm going to castle here. Should be fine. Why is the keyboard bind X to flip the board and not F to flip the board? I don't know, actually. I just learned for the first time that it was that. I think here we take the pawn. Think that works out in my favor. There's a little bit of concern about this and this, but this comes with the check. So I think I'm okay here. Blinksy, yeah, I remember you. I've played you before, I think. Good to see you. All right, what is going on now? Isn't this just a nice attack I got going on for me? Up a pawn. Life is pretty good. Up on time, too. I've like doubled the time. All right, there's a little battery going on. If I'm not careful, I get checkmated. Let's grab the bishop and remove one of the attackers in that checkmate threat. Tribones is correct. This whole video is pre-recorded. We're just going to trade everything off like a vacuum. And we're going to enjoy being up material. What are we up? A pawn? 2 pawns? I don't know, but his pawn structure is garbage. So we're going to take advantage of that. Develop the rook. Ooh, this move is annoying. But I defend it with my bishop. We're going to infiltrate here on that beautiful second rank. We're going to also take here with check. Maybe double up this way. Or take this pawn. Are we getting greedy? Are we just taking pawns? Yeah, it's pre-recorded. These videos are not live. That's exactly what Tribones meant. Okay, now we're just gonna collect the W. We'll go here, and then mate is next. White is in a box. Okay, we win. It was gonna be mate next. Yeah, you guys all just know what to type. That's what it is. I just made separate YouTube accounts to make the comments in real time. So I have an AI to alter. Oh, that's actually a good theory. If I'm an AI, I could just like be sleeping right now, and I could be reading what like comments in real time. Just let it run, and that would be an easy way to get new viewers and stuff like that. All right, who do we have next? We got Dobra. Dobra, you're up. Dobra, I'm pretty sure you put your username alarm84. Found it. I had to scroll up quite a bit. Dobra. Whoa. My zoom just went a little weird there for a sec. Alarm 84. Here we go. Good luck. How much longer are you playing for? I don't know. I should create a Sunny V2 video after watching 2 episodes of Conan. Conan is an entertainer. I think he hosted the, what was it, the Oscars or the Grammys? I think the Oscars he hosted. All right, we are bringing out our knights in the Scotch 4 knights. Good game, SB. That was fun. All right, let's take the pawn over here. We're hitting the knight as well. Really? Okay, let's go here. Check. We may take. What to do next? I guess we'll grab the knight. Just gonna grab mine. I'm gonna grab the pawn. He's gonna grab mine too, probably. But then, okay, no, he doesn't do that. Let's go here. This is a fun position. What is going on here? It's kind of equalish. This is an annoying threat. To deal with it, I think I'm going to move my king one square over here. Putting on the heat, I see. What to do? That's a great move. Okay. Your phone ran out of charge. You switched to laptop. It is dry bones. Press F. I think I'm losing here, guys. Because now I am down a pawn. But hey, it's okay. We're allowed to be down a pawn. Because it's not about the pawns. It's about what you do with them. Let's go over here. Centralize that knight. Thank you very much, Awadi. We'll see how far I can get. It's almost a pin if I go here, but the pawn can block. I think I'm going to do it anyway to centralize the rook. It's an extra tempo that black has to spend. Let's go here. I could have also played the knight into d6. Could be a possibility for the future. I would get so much more subs if you got into a controversy. What kind of controversy do you have in mind? Do you want me to be like Hans Niemann? Okay, guys, I take the pawn back. Now I'm back in the game. Here we go. All right, let's move the knight. It's under attack. Maybe go here, nice and safe. We'll see what my opponent does. Targeting this pawn, but I'm okay with that because I could always move my rook here and collect this guy, and then my rooks will be very much more active. I'm going to prepare for that and go here, protecting the pawn. If this pawn drops, then I'm going to play rook h1. Bishop will move, and then I collect this pawn. Just like that. Interesting move. I'm going to collect. Go there. If he takes that, I'll just correct my pawn structure, and then I'll be threatening to play e4. Exposing the pin. This is starting to look really nice for me because now I have a passed pawn over here. This to me looks like a fork, but it's not because, oh, it is. The knight cannot move because it's pinned. This is just a straight up fork. It looks like scary for me because of this, but this knight is pinned right now. He answers a pin with a pin of his own. So let's just move out of the way like this. And now our fork is active again. That's complicated. That's high level stuff. Okay, this doesn't work because here it looks like it's giving up the rook, but I have a fork and this knight can't take because of the pin. So let's go here. And now we're up a full rook. And we win the game. That was pretty complicated at the end. With 3 great moves. GG. Yeah, that was kind of intense. Down a pawn, but I was fighting back the whole time. 4 great moves. Excellent game. That was very fun. Next we have Zenith. Zenith is up. Your knight glitched and you could not move it? That's annoying. Sorry about that. Okay, Zenith. Let's play. This is our 15th game together. Zenith probably played the most games on stream. Yeah, that was a really fun game. It got really interesting at the end. Here we go. We'll play pawn to c6, Caro-Kann. See what you do. Do the exclamation mark first, always, when you're doing commands. Do exclamation mark list. But as far as the list we got, well, SB's gonna, he already played, so it's Awadi next. Awadi, you're on next. I love taking here with this pawn in this variation. We'll castle next. Now, when you castle normally, you have 3 pawns in front of the king. Now we have 4. So it's adding even extra protection, which I love. Let's develop the bishop. Pointing at the king a little bit. Could be nice for me someday. Probably bring in our knight next. I like this reroute option here. The knight over here would be pretty nice. Okay, maybe he's threatening to go there, but I'll just back it up here. So that's not really much of anything. Let's go here. Let's keep going with our plan. Zigzag a little bit. See, this pawn is really nice, defending that square. Okay, now he's threatening to go here, which is starting to get a little bit annoying. I think here I push. It does hurt my bishop a little bit, but it's fine. It's a long-term piece. I'm okay with it. Welcome back, Dry Bones. I think here it makes sense to take. Actually, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Let's take. And now we're going to play this. And then we have an escape square for our bishop, so it doesn't get trapped. And then maybe I'll continue with moving the knight here. And then maybe knight here, attacking the queen and the bishop. Or here is good too. Okay, no more knight ideas. That goes out of the window. But we do have the bishop pair. Let's go here anyway and point at this pawn. If he allows me to take and pushes it to try to trap it, this would actually be mate. That would be kind of nice. So what do we have going on? What does white do? Nothing at all. He's going to allow this to happen. If he tries to trap in this bishop, bishop here is lights out. Otherwise, that's just a free pawn. And I may just move it next. Yeah, This is interesting. Hits the bishop. Now I just move it back to safety. Let's go here and hit the knight. Having the bishop pair in this situation is super nice, and they're both very strong. It's not like I have one weak bishop and one strong bishop. They're both pretty strong here. We have someone named Quest in our chat. Hey there, Quest. All right, let's go here. Bring out the queen. Don't want the rook to take, so we'll block. Do you enjoy the stockfish opening? I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with it. Let's go here. What's up, Arabski? What happened to Quest first? He cheated. That's what happened. Let's go here. What do I want to do? Let's go move the king somewhere safe, like the corner. Okay, that is a free rook. That's just a free rook. We're gonna take. No more checks. You're all out of checks. That's a queen. We'll go here. Is he cheat? He is cheating. Who? Not not Zenith. Zenith is losing. You can't cheat and lose. There we go. But Quest first cheated. He actually got banned from chess.com. Arabski? No. These nuts joining the queue. You can cheat and lose if it's over the board? I don't think so. These nuts. Let me know your chess.com username. We have technically SB next, but since he already played, we're gonna next it again, since he didn't leave the queue. He already got his game. Who is the real Dry Bones? Oh, wow. That's funny. Awadi. Let's play. Awadi. Time for our game. 0, Awad 0. Challenge sent. Masters also fail? Yeah, nobody is perfect. Not even Magnus. Magnus sometimes loses too. It's rare, but it happens. Can you see profile pictures or do you just see the chat? I see the profile pictures also. You guys can only see the chat, but I have another like YouTube chat thing so I could see the pictures. You have like some purple or pink thing going on. It's not super big, so it's hard for me to see it. The end game was such a blunder. Yeah, it was. You just gave me all your pieces. What's up, Doong82? How are you doing today? I'll say hi. I'll answer everything. You're crippled Pikachu. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You are. That's funny. Glad to hear it, Doong. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Doong or Dueng. Not sure. All right, let's play. Bring out our pieces. Also, if you somehow forgotten, I am Drybones Chess, but on my laptop. Oh, true. I thought you were actually someone else. We'll defend. Get out of that pin. There's a backwards pawn over here. Let's try to exploit it a little bit. Tickle that pawn. Tickle it a little bit. Let's go here. Maybe we have some cool discoveries. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and we're still on it. Demon Hunter X. Yo, my boy, it's Nick Gar. I don't know who that is. You have a G Toilet 4.0 joining the queue. All right, you're number 2. Let me know your chess.com username, G Toilet. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. All right, now we have some tricks. Let's go here. We're hitting the rook. We're also protecting the bishop. And we're also hitting the queen. If knight takes, I may bring up my queen. And life is good. Knight g6, guys, is great. What's the best counter move for d4? d5. Go into either a queen's gambit, declined, or something else. Okay, I think this is good for me. We'll take the queen. If this, then the rook hangs. Is my knight stuck? A little bit, but kind of so is his. Let's try it. Let's go here. Happy Easter to you too, Chess Scholar. Good to see you. All right, thanks. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's take the rook. Now we're on the knight. Our knight's a little bit awkward, but no easy way for black to do anything about that. Okay, let's protect. Yeah, let's go here, away from the attack. If he tries to go here, attacking the knight and the bishop, I'm going to go here and hit that bishop. So let's do that. Get our pieces to safety. That's pretty important. When are we going to another tournament? So Chess Scholar and I played in a pretty big tournament. He was actually part of my team, and we played in the National Team Championship in the Villages, Florida. It was a lot of fun. I would love to play something like that again. Okay, our bishop was attacked, so we moved it. There is one coming up in the Space Coast. That one, I think, is the Space Coast Open. I may be interested in that. We'll take the bishop for free. Hit the rook. Let's go down. I mean, we're just up a bunch of material, so we can do whatever we want. Let's go here. Tom says, can you coach me? Yeah, just send me a DM or something. Do I have a Discord? Yeah, I do have a Discord. I don't know how to share it. The best response to any opening is the one that wins. Yeah, just make good moves. Don't make bad ones. But yeah, I can do coaching, Tom. Just hit me up. Maybe, Tom, if you want to find my Instagram, just do Corey Zapin Chess and then send me a DM on Instagram. I'm not playing ranked games. I'm playing unranked games because I'm giving my thoughts out loud. But yeah, if you want to play, just do !join inside the chat. That's a free rook. You're in the queue, so how do you let me join? When it's your turn, you'll know, and then I'll play you. Just make sure you give me your chess.com username. This king is almost going to get checkmated. I kind of don't even want to take that knight. I just want to deliver the final blow. Let's go here. G Toilet, Tom, if you guys want to let me know your chess.com username, that'd be great. We take, and mate's going to follow next. The knight is protecting that rook. Here we go. Checkmate on the board. Beautiful game. That was very instructive. All the best, Chess Scholar. Have a good rest of your day. Be in touch. Don't be a stranger. Where do you send your user? Right here in the chat, so everyone can see it, including myself. Next up, we got D's Nuts. D's Nuts. If you're still here, drop your chess.com username. Good game, Awadi. That was fun. I have a feeling D's Nuts is not a real person. I'll give him 10 seconds to see if he's still here or not, and then we'll go on to the next. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. He's gone? Yeah, all right, he's gone. I believe you. Are you a GM? No, I'm not a GM. Next up, we got... I may have to do next again because I think Awadi did a join at the same time I did next. Nightbot doesn't like it when two people comment the same thing at the same time. It, like, kind of glitches out. G-Toilet, I need to know your exact username. A Dito something is not going to help me. Do I still use the Discord server on your Linktree? Let me see if I can actually find it, and I'll throw in the link. If I go to Discord, do I still have it? I do. I'm going to pull it up, see if I can share it with you guys. It's downloading an update. How many of you guys use Discord? All right, it's installing. While it's doing that... Oh, it just finished. It's going to open up. Okay, thanks for sharing. Oh no, it's still downloading updates. Oh, you're in one of my servers? If you're already in one of my servers, then that's my server. It's just very quiet right now. Nothing's really going on there. I need to log in and stuff. Oh, I want to do that on a different screen so you guys don't see my login stuff. I also moderate the chess subreddit, and we have our own Discord for that, so I don't want you guys seeing what's going on behind the scenes there. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just trying to boot up Discord. Here we go. I'm in. It's called Corey's Club. Is there a way to share it? There has to be a way to share this. Corey's Club. Invite people, maybe? Copy. Okay, here it is, guys. If you want to join my Discord, click on that link. Yeah, Dry Bones is in there. That's the right one. You guys want to join it, click that link to join it. All right. Next up, we have G-Toilet. G-Toilet, you shared it. Tom, I do want to make sure that you're in my queue. Yeah, you're next, so stand by. Thanks for sharing. Doing how many times are you going to say hi? Okay. Who is not a pawn? Someone named Not a Pawn challenged me. Atito 99. Players. There you are. Challenge sent. All right, good luck, Atito. G-Toilet said hi. Why is everyone saying said hi? Said hi as well. All right, E4. Adito, good luck. We have a Scandinavian. Whenever I see the Scandinavian, I just think of John Bartholomew. I would never recommend the Scandinavian opening to anyone. I'm not going to answer that question, doing. We'll hit the queen. Bring out the knight. We are here for chess, not sensitive stuff. How dare you insult the Scandinavian? It's a garbage opening. It's not bad if you play c6. Yeah, it's not a bad opening. There are openings that are much worse than the Scandinavian. But with the Scandinavian, you're basically saying, hey, it's all right if I'm starting with a disadvantage in the beginning. You can have an extra tempo. You can kick my queen again. Guys, no Israel-Palestine in my chat. I don't want to have that topic in there. That's a free queen. You don't like Caro-Kann? You don't have to like the Caro-Kann. Yes, but you don't always develop your queen. Now, if you're talking about the sideline where you bring out your knight, I have something against it where I give a check with the bishop. If you're going that route, it's a little bit more interesting, but yeah. RX, good to see you. That's a free bishop. A lot of times in the Scandinavian, the opponent will blunder the queen, and that's pretty much what happened here. And we're just going to take all the pieces. All the pieces. We're just going to take them. Let's go here and throw a check. What can we call you? Call me Corey. Take that. Take that rook. Okay, now we'll move the bishop. This is pretty nasty for black. I mean, I'm up a million pieces. Let's go here. I could have took the rook for free. I may do that next. I don't think my opponent will see it. All right, let's go here. Can I call you the Jewish guy from Young Sheldon? I don't know what Young Sheldon is. Is it a TV show or something? This move, I think we go here. What? That I don't know what Young Sheldon is? I'm not familiar with it. No, I don't know what Young Sheldon is. I don't watch that much TV. And mate, protected by the bishop. Good game. Next up, we have Tom. Tom, you've been patiently waiting for our game. Let's grab a game. Not a pawn burglar. Here we go. Bobby Fischer. Dung. Bobby Fischer is better. You're Mikhail Tal 4.0. Are you sure you're typing your username correctly, Tom? Oh, here it is. I found it. Thanks for sending me a friend request. That actually helps out a lot. Let's get a game in. Not a pawn burglar. Here we go. Such a travesty. My phone chat broke, but for some reason, how do you not know what Young Sheldon is? This is a crime. Can you explain to me what is it a TV show called Young Sheldon? No. Is it like, I don't know, Malcolm in the Middle, or I don't know. I don't watch too much TV. I don't know what Young Sheldon is. Is this from a show? What's the show called? I totally forgot. About an 8-year-old who's super smart. Can you rematch? Sure, just get back in the queue. We'll take the bishop. This pawn break looks interesting, having the queen and rook on my king like that. Could be something worth considering for my opponent. Do you do streaming every day? I try to for a little bit. All right, let's go here and protect this square. I don't want that pawn pushing. We have a follower, Du Eng. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. All right, let's attack the knight and get my knight into this square. Okay, let's go here. What time do you usually stream? Usually, if I do stream, it would be after work. So I'm thinking like 6 p.m., give or take, Eastern time. So right now, my time, it's about 10:45. Okay, now he pushed it. Now things are going to get a little bit spicy. I'm going to castle. Looks scary, but we gotta do it. Do you play chess on your phone and work? Not during work, no. What time is it there? Because it's surprising that you stream so early today. It's 10:45 a.m. I figured I'd get a nice morning stream in. Okay, the queen is infiltrating a little bit. I need to defend this pawn somehow. I guess I could do it with my knight. Let's bring the knight in here. This is fun. What is going on here? Let's attack the queen. Send it away. Get out of here, queen. Maybe next I'll go here, depending on what white does. Should be okay for me. Even though my king looks scary, I think I should be fine. Sometimes while I use the bathroom, I would play a quick bullet game on my phone. I'm talking like a 1-minute game. Okay, let's go here. This is an interesting game, guys. My opponent is giving me a struggle. Let's go. I don't even know what to do. What to do? Wow, I kind of am frozen here. I'm not really sure. Let's try this move. Get the knight involved. Okay, we move. Well, we do need to protect this. But it's not possible to protect it right now. Actually, it is. Let's bring up the rook. Like that. I'm in check, so we get out of check. Let's go here. I have 53 seconds. This is a tricky spot I'm in. I think my decision to queenside castle was probably dumb. Probably just a little bit dumb. You have a new account. Can we play on my new one? Sure. No problem. Let's go here. Block the check. Where's the queen going? Takes. Oof. Let's go here. Offer to trade. I think that's all right for me. I gotta play faster. This is the first time you find a good streamer. I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. I'm dropping this pawn. That's unfortunate. But I could take here next. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I have a knight. This is scary though. I think this is just almost checkmate, but I have this. I'm losing the queen. I'm dropping the queen. He didn't see it. Let's go here. We'll go down. I'm getting mated now. Dang. Not a pawn burglar. Kicked my butt. Very nice. Dang. I got wrecked. I don't think I can coach you, Tom. You whacked me. That was awesome. That was fun. I was really trying to defend there. I was holding on for dear life, but I got wrecked. Yeah, I'm just dead lost. Wow. Incredible game. Good game, Tom. You may have to find another coach. You're really strong. All right, next up. Yeah, champion Daniel is right. You need 2,500 FIDE, ELO, and norm, so you have to perform really well at some tournaments. Awadi, we played before already. I'm going to try to keep it to one person per stream, if that's all right, because other people want to play. Hope that's okay with you, Awadi. If it's like a quiet stream and not many people are here, sure, I'll do rematches and stuff like that, but try to keep it to one at a time. Okay, RX. RX, what is your username? Will the Chilla. Okay. Will the Chilla. Challenge sent. Or now challenge sent. I found you now. Now we challenge. Okay, here we go. Good luck. Champion Daniel, it's exclamation mark join. It's not play. Join. Join. Why do some people cheat in chess? I've cheated in other games because, not gonna lie, it can be fun, but it's chess. Probably the same answer. Cool, you're in, Champion Daniel. You are in. I sent you a challenge, RX. Did you get it? Hard to cheat in 3 minutes, though, not impossible. Yeah. A lot of people cheat in 3 minutes. Yeah, I think 3 minutes, like borderline, you can get away with it. Anything less than that, you really need to have some sort of like automated software to do it for you. Isn't the whole fun of chess coming up with ways to defeat your opponent, though? Yeah, it's nice to like man versus man, like or woman versus man, or whatever, to outsmart your opponent or get outsmarted. If you're having a machine do it, yeah, of course the machine is going to win. You don't see it? Can you challenge me instead? While we're waiting on that, we're going to do continue this puzzle rush. And we are on 41. How long have you been a YouTuber? I want to say I've been starting taking it more seriously now for the last 2 or 3 months. So not too long, but I'm starting to pick things up. It's really clear in 3 minutes because they don't see checkmate in 3 or 5. The cheater takes 3 or 4 seconds instead of exactly. Like I played a cheater earlier this stream, and like he had a checkmate in 1, but it took him 3 seconds to do it because you have to plug it into your engine, wait for it to tell you the move, and then you have to move it. There's cheat extensions on Google Chrome. That's why they can do it so fast. Yeah, but those, I think chess.com is good enough to catch those. All right. If you guys remember this position from earlier today, I was saying my queen could take that pawn, and I think that's the win. So let's take it. There we go. We just solved the 2244 puzzle. There we go. All right. My user is my name, by the way, RX. That's my user. If you want to challenge me, that might work better. Okay. What is going on here in this position? Material count is equal. I'm up a pawn on this side and down a pawn on that side. It evens things out a bit. Do I have any checks? I technically have this check. Okay, we got our challenge. Let's go ahead and play. Here we go. Will the Chilla. E4. Take care, Tom. Thanks for the game. That was a lot of fun. What's the best way to learn to get better at chess? Practicing and going over your games and tactics. Tactics is really good. If you get good at tactics, you'll see those in real life. In this position, I can sacrifice my knight. I'm just going to win it back with the pawn fork after. Sometimes we see bishop taking the pawn. I would take back with the king. It leads to a more interesting position. Can I be white though? If I remember, sure. No, I do a random one, so I'm either white or black. But if you have a preference, that's fine with me. As long as I remember it. Whoa, this is a free knight. I'm gonna take here just so that my pawn doesn't hang. You felt like a grandmaster the first time you beat your dad in chess? That's nice. All right, here I'm already up a piece. 3 versus 2. Let's go here. Queen up, castle queenside. Double up on this G file. And life is good. We'll go here. What is best for you, white or black? Probably white. White starts off with the initiative, so right away it's a slight advantage. We'll go here, and it's a fork. We're going to pick up one of these pieces. Bro, let's go here. Take the piece. Bro, what's up? Queenside castle. Has to be good. Castling on opposite sides. I never really see anybody with a better win rate as black than white. Yeah. It ain't easy. All right, the queen moves. Do I want to trade the piece? Probably not. I want to keep the tension. Let's just move our rook in. You must go make noodles. All right, enjoy your noodles. Okay, this is a nice looking pin. I may take your next. My opponent doesn't see it. You always win with black. Always is a very strong word. That's a free knight. We're on the queen. We're also threatening to play queen h6 and deliver an early checkmate on g7. I think we're going to get it. There's no way for black to stop it. That's just mate next. We could even be fancy and play like rook takes pawn after pawn takes. This is also checkmate. This pawn cannot take because of the pin. Okay, but it doesn't work now because the queen can take. I don't care that the queen is hanging. I'm just going to finish it off. Checkmate. Corey, why you give a suggestion? You mean during the game? I don't know. Because I think it's important for people to hear my thoughts. So it's worth it. If you can see my suggestions, it's whatever. I'm not worried about winning or losing. It's important for other people watching the game to understand what's going on behind my noggin. G-toilet. In our game, the computer doesn't like g4, but the line it recommends doesn't look as appealing. I'll never understand chess. Yeah, the more you get better at chess, and the more you realize like how wild it actually is. Dude, playing with black is kind of hard. Yeah, it is. G-toilet, you're up. You're back. The noodles are being made. You're making me hungry. Dry bones. G-toilet, you shared your username a while back. I'm going to scroll a little bit. G-toilet. Now I see your comment. This is, I'm pretty sure you remember my user. Do I have to send it again? Scrolling a little bit more. G-toilet, where are you? There we go, Adito99. Do you have any TikTok account? Yeah, just look up my name. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I focus mainly on YouTube, but I post my stuff there on TikTok as well. I have a link tree with everything in my bio. Yep. I have a Discord and a whole bunch of stuff. All right. All right, Edito. Let's get a game. Good luck. As I am going to be closing off my queue, just because I do want to start wrapping things up in the near future, we have Dry Bones and then Champion Daniel. And that'll wrap things up. Scandinavian again. Okay. I have a very odd request for next time we play. What is your request? Let's hear it. I'm always open to options. Okay, let's go here. The queen is just busy moving here, moving around, like, change your location to North Korea so I can get the passport? Hell no. This will be round 2 for, oh, it's round 2? Probably want to keep it to 1 round per stream, if that's all right. Adito, I think I played you before too. I did. This is our second game. Well, we're already in the middle of it. Champion Daniel. I don't remember playing you before, though. Did we play before? I don't recall. Not today, a different day? Okay, so it's fine. I think Adito we played today. Let's go here. Open up that rook. We played like a month ago? Oh, wow. Welcome back. Let's go here. Do you remember how that game went? Now we take the knight. I had a feeling I'd be able to get that knight. Let champion take my shot because it'll be the second time I played today. Yeah, no problem. I think I'm pretty sure I played Adito earlier today. So he kind of got away with it. But it's whatever. That's a free bishop. This game shouldn't last too long. Could even sacrifice. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook here, and that's a pin. I can expose it further by coming here. That's actually quite nice. You were gonna get away with it too, but your noodles already. Funny. Yeah, you're in the queue, champion Daniel. You're good. You'll be next. All right, let's go here. Just taking a look at that. I don't know what that knight move accomplishes. It's kind of too slow. Let's go here and tickle the rook a little bit. Free rook. Let's get a little bit closer. Threaten a checkmate in 1. Bishop really has to move. But then we're going to take this pawn. And then we're really going to be on him. Let's go here. Check. King just has to go back. And then that'll be mate. There we go. Boom. Mate. Champion Daniel. It's your turn. What is your username? Champion Daniel. I swear I'm the first person you play in the streams recently. Yeah, it feels like that too. You're always the first one to come up. All right, here we go. Oh, this is a rated game, guys. No. We're not playing rated games here. If I lose, I lose a bunch of rating. I sent you a challenge for an unrated game. You're going to be back after checking Discord? Champion, send me another one that's not rated. I'm also saying my thoughts out loud, so if we really wanted to play a rated game, I wouldn't I wouldn't say any thoughts out loud. I would just try to win. All right, send me a challenge. Here we go. Wait, do it again? Sure. EDV, my queue just ended. You caught me at the tail end of my stream, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Now we have a game. We always have this exchange variation where they play pawn to d4. This happens a lot. Bring out our pieces. Yeah. Oh, you're 1800. Wow. That would be a good game if we play. It feels like your streams last 15 minutes. It's a lot longer than 15 minutes. It may feel that way, but yeah, time does fly. You were once 2000? Dang. I'd love to play you. We'll have to play next time. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you may get an alert when I'm next. Then we can play. Let's go here. Target the pawn a little bit. Get the queen a bit more active. Baki 19. Unfortunately, my queue is closed for the day. This is my last game of the stream. You need to play drawback chess? What's that? Do I play over the board? Yeah, I play over the board. The Discord club is open for anyone. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If you want to join my Discord, let me share the link again. You can just click on this link and then you join my Discord. That's a free queen? Oh my god. That's a free queen. I will take it. And that's a free knight. FIDE ELO? I don't have a FIDE ELO. I have a USCF ELO. It's like 1730, give or take. Maybe 1740. I'm not really sure. Something like that. If he doesn't do anything, I may take this rook, because if rook takes, bishop takes, and then I'm up a bunch of material. This is the first time it's not too late right when I catch you on here. Misclicked. Oh, we're going for this, guys. We're trading off pieces. Get a random drawback. For example, every move half the board, you can't move your piece to, and it changes every turn, and both people get completely random drawbacks. That doesn't sound like chess. Okay, he didn't take my other rook. Or my queen, rather. I'm just going to take the rook and then take the knight. And then enjoy my being up a billion pieces. We'll go here. You have ELO and a national rating from Germany. Very nice. Let's go here. This is kind of a minority attack. But I mean, at this point, I don't need to do anything crazy like that. Just collecting the pawns now. Let's collect here. We'll move our bishop to safety. At the end of it, it rates how hard your drawbacks were. That sounds more complicated than regular chess. Let's go here. And here. This is going to be over very soon, guys. Check. 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 Can I mate with just the knight, rook, and bishop? Kind of want to try to figure that out. Let's go here. Here. I feel like I can do it without trying to get another queen. I'm going to try to checkmate with the knight, rook, and bishop. I think this is the way to do it. It would have been stalemate, but he can move one of these pawns, and then I finish it up with here. There we go. I did it. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for playing. It was a lot of fun playing with all of you, talking to all of you. Hope you have a really nice rest of your day. Take care. I'll see you next time. Dung says wait. Dung says wait. Why is Dung saying wait? What am I waiting for? And now I really want to know what Dung has to say. You want to know it. You want to know what? I was waiting for you to say checkmate. It's so passionate the way. Oh, you mean in my videos? Checkmate. And now we play. Rook C. Here we go. I'll replay it for you guys. And now we play Rook C2. Checkmate. That could be a video. Funny. Chess on heart. Sorry, but I'm about to head out. But I'll tell you what, if you subscribe to my channel, play next time. As long as you show up while I'm still having my queue open. Alright, everyone. Take care for now. Get out of here.